Hey, Cavs fans, welcome to another episode of the Cavs Pick and Roll Podcast, the podcast for diehard Cavs fans. Corey here with you, and along with me is, as always, Alex.
Hey, Cavs fans.
Man, let me ask you, Alex, how much fun have you been having watching Cavs basketball lately?
Oh, Corey, man, they've been killing everybody. Like, the last 4 games have been blowouts. Like, nobody can hold a candle to the Cavs right now. We're just rolling. Saying that, we're not doing so well against the Bucks tonight.
Yeah, we'll get into that, but it's been fun. The Cavs have been on an 8-game win streak, longest of the season, and it's funny because not too long ago, we titled one of our episodes, "Is It Time to Panic?" When the Cavs were kind of struggling early, and then you have the injuries that happen where at one point we lost Garland, Mobley, and Mitchell all at the same time. And man, the Cavs have just turned it on lately, and they've been super fun to watch. Like you said, they're just blowing out teams.
Yeah, it's been great. But it's also been cold these last couple weeks, so I broke out the Mozgov hat here.
See that, man? Yeah. I like it. How'd you get that? How long ago?
Tie it up.
How long ago was that? Like Mozgov years? That's 2016, right? 2017?
Yeah, somewhere around there. Right?
Was that a giveaway at a game, or do you remember how you got that?
Actually, this was a gift from a friend, a buddy of mine, Josh. He actually went to the game and brought it for me. I didn't actually get to go to the Mozgov hat giveaway game.
It looks good, man. And do you remember the Mozgov commercial promoting that hat?
Oh, that's the greatest Cavs commercial ever made.
It's still on YouTube, Cavs fans, and it's been a while. Like, I'm due. I'll probably go watch it tonight now because it's been at least a year and a half or so since I've last watched it. But if you just YouTube Timothy Mozgov hat commercial or something like that, or just Cavs commercials, it's bound to come up, and it's classic. It's great. Looks like it's in good shape, man. Keeping that thing clean.
Oh yeah. I do wear it kind of often too. I go outside, shovel the driveway or whatever. I throw it on. It's really hot, so I'm probably gonna take it off here in a minute because my head's just cooking right now.
I'm sure those headphones. You got those headphones underneath it too. So
yeah. And I got a little.
Yeah, what you drinking there?
Little Maker's Mark caramel mocha bomb. One of the seasonal releases. Alex
has always got something. He's always got something up his sleeve. He's got a drink in one hand. And something else in the other.
Warming me up too. Well, after NFL playoffs went south.
Yep.
I've moved fully into hockey, so it's all hockey and NBA for me now.
Yeah, definitely. Nothing wrong with that, man. Cavs basketball. No baseball yet. So yeah, Cavs right now. A lot of people are watching. I think having fun, and just a lot of people online just like, man, this team is super, this team is fun to watch. You could tell the folks that haven't really been watching, and now they're kind of curious because, like you said, the Brown season's over. They hear that, oh, hey, the basketball team, remember we have one of those in Cleveland too. Hey, they're on an 8-game win streak. Let me go check them out. And they've been awesome. Just really playing great basketball. And I wanted to get your opinion before we start getting into something too deep here. The only kind of weird thing or negative thing I would say that's been coming up over this stretch is the talk/belief of some people thinking that the Cavs are better off without Garland, without Mobley. Allen is a better player without Mobley. Mitchell is a better player without Garland. And to that, what do you say, Alex? What's your take on that?
I don't think anybody's a better player without anybody. I think it's just, Garland and Mobley have been gone for quite a while now. So it's given everybody else plenty of minutes and plenty of time to find their groove and get in sync and, build some camaraderie. And, everybody's just, they all know how each other play and they're feeding off each other. And, man, they just been playing really great team basketball.
Yeah, I see why people are throwing that chatter out there. And I think the fear is once Garland comes back, once Mobley comes back, some of the players that are in the rotation now contributing, all of a sudden, will those minutes still be there? And we're kind of back to figuring out, well, how do we have enough touches for both Garland and Mitchell? Does Allen still be as dominant as he has been now that Mobley's back grabbing rebounds and getting his touches as well? So I totally understand it. But hey, at the end of the day, man, what a beautiful position to be in. The team is holding it down without two of their star players, and they're on track to be coming back here, hopefully sometime in February. And that just makes this team more dangerous, in my opinion. I don't see it as a negative. I see it only as a positive.
So I got a better question for you.
Bring it.
When Mobley and Garland come back,
yep. You ain't sitting either one of them. Don't even ask that. You ain't bringing one off the bench. Don't even ask that. No.
They're playing great basketball right now.
Yeah.
How do you think bringing both of them back? Will it mess up our mojo a little bit? Are we going to struggle for a few games until they can start meshing with the rest of the team, or is it just going to be click clack, puzzle pieces in, let's go?
You hope it's click clack, let's go, right? I mean, they're two great players. It shouldn't take long to adjust. It'll be interesting to see if they're like on a minute restriction when they first come back. I could totally see that 25 minute restriction. So there's still minutes to go around in that scenario, right? But this is where JB's rotations will potentially come back into question. How will he handle that? Kind of like with Craig Porter earlier in the season, he took advantage of some injuries that were going on, showed up, showed out. Everybody loved him. And then he just stopped being played in the rotation on a consistent level, right? Now he's getting some run again. Not like the first stint. Merrill's getting a lot of run right now. Will those guys continue to get run when they come back? I think he has to find out a way to continue playing like the Sam Merrills and the Porter Juniors. Sam Merrill's been
Merrill for sure. Yeah,
he's just been on a hot streak right now. And the last time we recorded was when he had his career high games, the 29-point game and like the 27-point game before that or whatever. He hasn't done that, but he's had games where he's still contributing 18 points, 20 points, 12 points, just whatever. It wasn't a one-time fluke. So you got to find a way to keep these guys in the rotation somehow. It's going to be interesting. And could there be a little bit of, trying to figure it out and meshing again? Sure. But again, it's like, are we really worried about how we're going to fit a Garland and an Evan Mobley back into this rotation? Like, is that really what we're nitpicking about right now? Come on, enjoy the ride. Enjoy Cavs basketball. That's what I say.
Now that TT's out for a few games,
yeah,
we're going to need a Mobley in there.
We're going to need a Mobley.
Whether that's Evan or Isaiah, I think we need another big now.
Yeah, Jones is getting some minutes tonight, and he's a big body. I think you're more of a fan of Jones than I am. 25 games it's a long time, man. It's a long time. I don't know if I want to see Jones for 25 games.
I don't know that I'm a Jones fan, but I think he's a veteran. He's been around the league for a long time, which I didn't realize until I looked at his profile. But yeah, He's been around. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes. He might not be an impact player, but he gets the job done, I think.
Who are you taking? You taking Niang or you taking Jones?
That's tough.
Hey, Niang just dropped 33.
These are two completely different.
Niang just dropped 33 points a couple games back, man.
That reminds me of the Dante Exum game.
Right. Everybody has that one, right? Everybody has that one.
That's for sure.
But let's just talk Tristan and get it over with. So you want to kind of explain what happened for those that don't know and why TT is suspended for 25 games?
Yeah, so TT failed a drug test. So he got popped for PEDs, I believe.
Yeah, it was some. I saw the names online. I could, at the end of the day, like when you hear drugs, it's like, no, he wasn't doing angel dust off of the back of freaking, somebody's back in the
I don't know where
locker
you're
room
going with
off the
this.
bench. Yeah, I don't know. But like
You can go.
when you hear drugs, it's like, oh, maybe that's why he's been all over the place, because he's hopped up on coke or something like that. But man, it's disappointing because it's been a good story with Tristan coming back and on top of it contributing. And the internet's the internet, right? I saw stuff like, not only does he cheat off the court, but he cheats on the court, like that
Low
kind of
blow.
stuff, low blows. And there's a fair amount of Cavs fans that were legit like pissed off or disappointed with Tristan. They're like, grow up, get him off the team, cut him now. Like they're just ready to cut ties with Tristan. And the Cavs seem to, they came out and they said they fully support, the anti-drug program. And it's unfortunate, with Tristan, what happened, and he'll be missed in the rotation and all that. But they also, stand by Tristan. But I guess the question I have for you is 25 games is a long time. Okay. We'll be close to the 3-quarter mark by that point.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Tristan's time in Cleveland is now jeopardized the rest of this season or even the rest of his career? Like, is this potentially the end of the road for Tristan in a Cavaliers jersey? You're bringing him back game 55, 57, 60, fit him back in the rotation. Like, who knows what they're going to do at the trade deadline? The rotation will be established. Do you see a path still for Tristan to still be here
I
and
think so.
contributing?
I think so. I think he's only getting like 10 minutes or so anyway. I mean,
He's been playing a little bit more. He's been playing a little bit more. Just
he has,
depends.
but Mobley will be back.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, I can still see him getting some minutes here and there later on, unless during this 25 game break that he's out, that we find somebody else that lights it up. Is that Isaiah Mobley? Is that Pete Nance? I don't know.
Yeah, or a new body that they completely bring in via a trade or something like that. So
Could be. Yeah.
certainly hope it's not the end of the chapter with Tristan playing in a Cavs uniform. It'd be pretty unfortunate. That'd kind of be a bad way to remember his last days, but especially since he was playing so well. So it's just unfortunate. At the end of the day, Cavs got to move on, next man up. And hey, this is how they've discovered the Craig Porter Jr.'s, the Sam Merrills, the Dean Wades, is usually because some sort of injury happens, somebody else gets an opportunity, and we'll see if somebody can take advantage of that here during this stretch now with Tristan out of the rotation. So the last thing I kind of want to talk about with this 8-game win streak before we talk about some of the kind of recent games and stuff, the other thing that I've heard a lot of folks trying to say, especially nationally, kind of on the outside looking in, is that, well, they've beaten all subpar teams, right? Like they're not beating the top tier teams on this 8-game win streak. Shit. At the end of the day, man, you don't have Garland, you don't have Mobley. 8-game win streak is an 8-game win streak. I say get that noise out of here. What's your take on that?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we've been rolling. I mean, it's just been blowout after blowout after blowout. It's crazy. They're playing such good ball. And really, it's the defense. Everybody's bought in on the defense. Even Mitchell's been playing crazy good lockdown defense. It's been awesome to see.
Yeah, and it's not like as we're playing some of these teams, any team in the NBA can beat any other team in the NBA on any given night, right? And it's like, the Bulls. We blew out the Bulls. Zach LaVine played. Andre Drummond played, who's been a rebounding beast. DeMar DeRozan played 38 points, or played 38 minutes. I'm sorry, Bulls fans, that he only gave you 6 points in those 38 minutes. Like, the Bucks, the first Bucks game, we blew them out by 40, right? Well, they didn't have Giannis, is what everybody says. They still had Damian Lillard. They still have Chris Middleton. They still have Brook Lopez. Like, give me a break. You know what I mean? We're doing this without Darius Garland and Evan Mobley.
Mm-hmm.
So, man, don't want to hear that noise. Cleveland fans, I know they've been enjoying it. And, they're struggling tonight against the Bucks. And, that kind of brings us up to where we are now. So that win streak is in jeopardy. But Giannis is playing tonight. And the Bucks did fire their coach this week, which is kind of a weird move because they have a winning record. They're second in the East at 30-13 or something like that. It kind of reminded a lot of folks of good old David Blatt, Alex, when he was let go and had a winning record back in 2016, and we all know how that played out.
What do you remember? What his winning record was at the time?
So I should know this because it was just online, and Adrian Griffin was the Bucks coach. Okay, and since David Blatt's firing, Griffin had the next most winningest record. So Blatt still holds the record. I want to say it was like Blatt was 30-10 and Griffin was 30 and 30 30 and 14 or something like that, or 33 and 14 or something like that. I could probably look up their the standings right now. Let's see. The Bucks are 30-13. Okay, so I think Blatt was 30-10. Bucks are 30-13. So it's only by a couple games that Blatt still holds that record. But it wasn't no surprise. You know, they didn't make that move for no reason, just like the Cavs didn't. They already had somebody else in mind. And I've seen reports come out today that basically Doc Rivers is going to be the next head coach of the Milwaukee Bucks. Makes sense. I get it. You know, then it came out that Giannis lost faith in the coach. You know how all that kind of drama comes out after something like this happens, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, it is what it is. And the Cavs, unfortunately, play the Bucks 3 out of 5 games. Explain that scheduling to me, Alex. Like, why?
I don't know. I just hope we're not doing so well this game. Hopefully, we turn it around here.
Yeah, they'll get another shot at them Friday. Both games are in Milwaukee, so they're both on the road. They're going to be tough games to win, right, at the end of the day.
I mean, we smacked them in the mouth the last time we played them, so I'm not surprised at all to see them come out and hit back.
Yep, exactly. And the Cavs weren't going to win forever, so it's totally fine. But, man, I wake up with a smile in the morning now. I go look at the standings. I see the Cavs sitting there at the number 4 seed. And they're a couple games behind Philly at 3, and they're a couple games up on the Knicks at 5. Very still early in the season, but I always like paying attention to the standings. It's kind of funny watching some teams that were hot beginning of the year kind of fall down in the ranks as well, and the Cavs kind of starting to climb. I don't know how much higher they can climb. I don't know if they'll be able to catch, like the Bucks or the 76ers or anything like that. But man, if they could figure out a way to stay within that top 4, I'm happy. I'm happy as a Cavs fan.
Yeah. I mean, they could. They're only 2.5, 3 games back.
Right.
They could get there.
Speaking of Philadelphia, did you see Embiid drop 70? Did you hear about that?
I did hear about it. Yeah, I didn't see any highlights or anything.
I didn't look up any highlights either or anything like that, but I just thought, like, man, that's kind of crazy. And that'd be a fun matchup. I think a Cavs 76ers matchup in the playoffs would be something fun to see. But yeah, I mean, so let's get into it a little bit and kind of talk about some of the recent games. The Cavs right now are in the 4th quarter against the Bucks. They're down 12 currently. So there's still time, but they're going to have to go on a little bit of a run here. But the previous game was against the Orlando Magic in Orlando. That was one of the teams that was really hot in the beginning of the year. They actually beat us twice early in the year, and it was nice to blow them out. Alex, did you have any takes on that game, or kind of looking at the stats, anything jump out at you from that game? Sam Merrill dropped 26 that game, by the way.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Sam Merrill was the leading scorer that game, and he was going off. I think he went 8 for 13 from 3-point land, but a lot of those threes came at the end of the game in garbage time where he was just rapid firing quick shots off.
Such a quick release.
Yeah, it was 7 and 9 at one point. 7 for 9. That's crazy. It's insane. Every time he got the littlest bit of space, he would take a shot and nail it.
And he's also really good at, when the defender's running at him, just do that ball fake and just take one step to the left or the right. Wide open, shoot it up. Kevin Love used to do that a lot too, right? It's funny. I saw someone online, this is a couple games back, maybe a week or so back. They're saying Sam Merrill is what Dylan Windler was supposed to be. Think about that for a second. Sam Merrill is doing what we thought Dylan Windler, who was like 31 when we drafted him, and we traded 4 second-round picks for, was
Mm-hmm.
supposed to be doing, right? I don't think he was 31, but he was up there. He
Yeah.
was up there. So Sam Merrill has been a fun story. And what do you think about Sam Merrill in the 3-point contest? All
Wait,
Star All
are
Star
you
weekend. No,
are you
nothing's
saying he is or? Oh, okay, all
no.
right. Yeah,
Nothing's come out. Nothing's
I'd
come
love to
out.
see that.
But
Absolutely.
man, I'd be all over that. And Donovan Mitchell's been endorsing that. And I never know how that stuff gets picked. Who votes on that stuff? It's
I
like
don't know.
it's the fans and the players that vote for who goes to the game, but who actually votes on who's in the dunk contest? Because they pick crappy players every year. Let's just be
Yeah.
honest. 3-point contest and whatever else they got going on that year. I always wonder who picks that stuff.
Yeah, I
Is
mean,
it
last year in the dunk contest, you had Mac McClung. It's like, well, why can't we get Sam Merrill in the 3-point contest then?
right? Right. I wonder if they'll bring him back, Mac, to defend his title. I thought I heard already that he was coming back, but maybe I saw that. But man, it's been a long time. I'm trying to think the last time someone from the Cavs represented the 3-point contest. Did Garland ever get in? I don't think Garland ever got in. Love never made it in. Screw it. I'm just going to say Mark Price. It's last
Corver,
time.
the Corver ever?
I don't think Korver did. Somebody had to be in there in between from Mark Price, man. I have to. It's going to bother me. I have to look it up now.
Booby,
Maybe. I don't know.
Mo Williams, maybe.
It's been a while, though. So Sammy would be a great representative. He's been on a heck of a hot streak, and hopefully the NBA is taking notice of that. Jarrett Allen, another double-double. And I heard that this was his 12th double-double in a row, which was now a franchise record for the Cleveland Cavaliers. So how about that? Jarrett Allen putting himself in the record books with the most consecutive double-doubles in Cavs history. It's kind of hard to imagine, like Brad Daugherty, LeBron James, even
Mm-hmm.
Sean Kemp. Like, man, that you would think that streak would be a little bit longer, but that's a heck of an accomplishment. And Allen's another player that's been in beast mode lately.
Yeah, Allen's been playing great. I mean, he's been dominating that paint, working off the pick and roll, and teams have been leaving him open in the mid range, and he'll
Yeah,
take those shots and he'll hit them. So I love seeing that, stretching the floor.
he's doing what he did last year. Right around this same time, he just went on a hot streak. And at least Cleveland fans were like, he's got all-star numbers, right? And he snuck in, was it last year or the year before? He snuck in due to some injuries. I don't know where he's going to fall this year, but one thing I did see that was pretty cool was Jarrett Allen, along with Donovan Mitchell, are both in the U.S. Men's Olympics player pool for Paris, because I think that's the next Olympic Team USA whatever coming up. So the pool's pretty big right now, right? But it'd be cool. Like Jarrett Allen would be great, I think, like Team USA, because he's just more of that. He's not a center that shoots 3 balls, right? He's just more of that traditional grab rebounds, dunk in your face, send you to the ground if you come to the rim. Like they need that, I think. I think he'd be a great fit on Team USA, and hoping he makes it along with Mitchell. I think that'd be cool. And it's in Paris. We never got to talk about the Paris game, Alex, but they already know Paris.
Yeah, I mean that was just another butt kicking.
Yeah, exactly. One of the best highlights from Paris outside of the game itself, going back to Sam Merrill. Did you see the team picture where everybody's outside with their jackets on, bundled up because it's cold there,
Mm-hmm.
and Sam's in his shorts, showing off those those pale legs. So many people commented on that. That's a great picture. That's an
all
picture.
the extra stuff they did around that Paris game though was so cheesy. Like
I know,
Austin Carr
I
and
know.
John Michael like in front
They
of
had to make
Eiffel
it.
Tower sipping wine and eating a baguette and all the stuff that they were eating escargot.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, it is what it is. They had to make it an experience. It's still
Great.
pretty cool that the Cavs got to be a part of that. So, okay, so the Magic game, yeah. I mean, Cavs played great basketball. Blew them out. Nothing the Magic could really do about it. And the game before that wasn't much different, Alex. That was against the Hawks. Um, the Hawks are kind of a weird team right now. It seems like I hear that they're shopping DeJounte Murray, and I don't know. What do you any takes on that? Remember how like crazy that was when they traded for him? We thought it was going to really push the Hawks up to be an elite team in the East, and it just really hasn't amounted to anything yet so far in year two.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought that was a nice win. For the Cavs. The Hawks are kind of down in the standings a little bit, but they're still a team you got to watch out for. Trae Young can shoot the ball, can go off. Murray can go off. Clint Capella is a nice player, although he didn't do anything. But any
Yeah.
takes on that game from what you saw?
They also have a Kongwu, who is somebody that I was pretty high on in the draft. So
Yeah,
it's kind of fun to see him get some minutes,
yeah,
quite a few minutes. But
and Jalen Johnson was a nice player. He put up 20 points that game,
yeah,
and so they have some pieces there. They just haven't been able to figure it out so far. But from the Cavs side, what did you see that stood out to you?
um, it was just a game where everybody was getting a little bit. They were really moving the ball around. Everybody was hitting their shots. Strus had 13 points. He was kind of really hustling this game, getting a lot of assists. He was kind of contributing, all around the court. Mitchell only had 18 points and went 0 for 6 from three, so that's pretty unusual for him.
Yeah, yeah, but it was okay though because look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players in double digits. And this was the Dean Wade game where I think he got the chain afterward. Dean Wade put up 17, had a real nice showing, and the Cavs just had a good, well-rounded offensive scoring night where just everybody was involved. And whenever the Cavs do that, historically, they're just a tough team to beat. 12 points from Okoro, 17 for Wade, 14 for Allen, 18 for Mitchell, 13 for Strus, 18 for Merrill, and 14 for Niang. That's tough. And this is a game that Levert didn't even play in, by the way, too. He sat out this game. So it was just a great offensive, showing for the Cavs that game, and there wasn't much the Hawks could do about it.
Wade has needed a good showing though. He's been overdue. Like I don't
Yeah,
know. He seems like he's been struggling to find his
he
his niche.
I agree. He'll have a decent game, like a good game like this, and then like 6, 7 games go by. You know what I mean? He hasn't been as consistent as what he has been in the past. And I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen there. He's getting a lot of minutes right now without Mobley being around. When Mobley comes back, I don't know. He's not making the strongest case to continue to be heavily in the rotation. Maybe what keeps him in is the fact that Tristan Thompson is now gone.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the Cavs just figure out a way to survive until Mobley comes back. Obviously, Mobley comes back in the starting lineup, and Wade takes the minutes that Tristan was getting. I guess that would work out. I don't have a problem with that. Dean Wade getting 25 to 30 minutes a night. Yeah, I don't know if that's what really you want to do as far as a plan in the long term. So putting him back in a bench role is probably where he needs to be anyways.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to see Wade getting that many minutes. If they do give him that many minutes, I hope he makes the most of that opportunity and really steps up.
Right, right. And he really hasn't been doing that, not on a consistent basis at least.
Right.
So and he's going to be competing with Niang, coming off the bench. So it will be interesting. There will be impact when Garland and Mobley comes back, and Wade's one of those guys to watch to see if his minutes are the one that's impacted, because Niang lately has been somewhat consistent, a little bit here too, having some nice showings. He puts up 14 this game. We talked about how he dropped 33. He's been a little
Let's
bit more
not get ahead of
consistent lately.
ourselves there.
Alex
G
is like,
Wagon's had
sell
a
now.
couple good games. All right,
His stock is up. Sell him now. Sell him
yeah, that's
now.
that's exactly right.
And then the game before that was the first Bucks game, and man, 40-point win is a 40-point win. I don't care who's not there. The Cavs did a great job this game, Alex. Chris Middleton only with 2 points. That's just a terrible showing.
I'm
Held
telling
Lillard
you, the
to
Cavs, man,
17.
that defense
That
has been
defense,
insane. Like,
it's been fun to watch.
yeah, they're just shutting people down. and they're
Jake,
just shutting people down and hitting threes at a higher rate. And when you can do that, that's how they're just blowing people out.
they're definitely jacking up a ton of threes this year, and JB's come out and said that like that's part of our plan. We need to be shooting more threes. I think, over the last couple of years, they were towards the bottom of the league as far as just even 3-point attempts, let alone 3-point makes. So they definitely have been chucking them up, and finding that like Sam Merrill diamond in the rough has definitely contributed to that, because it's one thing to chuck them up. It's another thing to actually be hitting them. You know what I mean? Mitchell, Struess, Sam Merrill, Niang, all solid 3-point shooters. Garland, when he comes back, Levert can hit them. Dean Wade, if he's on, can hit them. So this team has a lot of 3-point weapons, and they've definitely been able to take advantage of it so far this year.
Oh man, did you see that Donovan Mitchell drive to the hoop and then like he was getting about to get smothered and he like rose like he's gonna lay it up, but instead he dumped it over the back of his head right to Jarrett Allen, and Jarrett Allen slammed it.
Oh wow, no, I didn't see that.
Oh man,
that sucks. I didn't see that.
Beautiful. I don't know how
Yeah.
he even knew Allen was there. I mean, it was a total no look, just heaving it behind him.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they're still down by, I think, 9, but
how much time's left?
Like 8 minutes, I think.
8 minutes. There's time yet. If they go on a run, all they got to do is get 2 or 3 stops in a row, hit a couple
you never
buckets.
know. Yeah, I mean, you got Merrill out there.
If it's single digits,
knock out a couple threes.
If it's single digits and under 5 minutes left, they still got a chance. So, never know. What else is going on? So, I wanted to talk quickly, Alex. You were supposed to have something too, but you misplaced it.
Oh yeah.
So maybe next time. But
I'm moving. So everything's in boxes.
Everything's packed. Yeah,
I found this really
up.
old Cavs. They used to do the little tip off booklets when you'd go to the games. Mm-hmm. I found one from, I think it was 2017.
Oh,
one of the playoff games. I can't remember which one. Had LeBron on the cover, but sure. I'll find it for a future episode.
Definitely. So I think I talked about how our family got like sick around Christmas time, and we didn't get to celebrate Christmas until like the middle of January. So I finally, it's kind of middle now. So like, what was it? A week or two back, we celebrated Christmas finally with my side of the family. And my older brother, knowing that I'm a Cavs fan, pulls out a surprise gift. I open it up, and what is waiting for me is this awesome limited 1992-93 Cavs team picture, upper deck logo on the bottom right-hand corner, has Hot Rod Williams, Larry Nance, Mark Price, John Battle, Craig Elo. And I'm holding it up so I can't see them all.
Elo, the Jordan stopper, right?
The Jordan stopper. Yeah. Got the Kellogg's logo on this. This thing is sweet. It's only 8x10, but you know what? It's the perfect size to just go out, get a frame for it, hang it up in the man cave. And this was a great find. 30,000 of these were made, so it's a decent amount of these are probably out there in circulation. But he found this for $4.
That is amazing. So like, who printed that? Like, where's it? What's it from?
It has the Upper Deck logo on it. Okay. So I'm assuming Upper Deck. Did
they do one for every team of that era, or
I don't know, because there's not a lot of. I don't know if they did it for everyone or not. I'll have to look into it. And it also has the Kellogg's logo on here. But what's really cool is it's like it's got like that hand drawn effect to it. You know what I mean? And back in 1992-93, I don't think they have the same. Nowadays, you could take a picture on your phone, put on cartoon mode, and it does the whole cartoon look. That's kind of what it looks like. I don't know if this was hand drawn or they just put some kind of effect on it, but it's really cool looking. And then, Alex, you and I grew up, in the 90s, right? Basketball cards, all that kind of stuff. That Upper Deck logo, brings back a lot of memories. Even the Kellogg's logo brings back a lot. And then just seeing the Cavs players and the blue and white and orange jerseys, man, this was probably one of my favorite gifts out of anything I got out of Christmas. And actually, I'm looking at this a little bit more closely. I think I got my answer, Alex. At the very top, it says Cleveland Cavaliers versus Boston Celtics, January 12th, 1993. So
Wow.
I wonder if this was a handout during that game against the Celtics.
Could
And
be.
I remember my brother saying, because like we got together on the 14th. He's like, that's crazy because it's almost to the day that you're opening this up, when that game happened on January 12th, 1993. So yeah, just this was a fun squad. Was a little bit young yet, not even 10 years old. So we talked about that before. Unfortunately, I wasn't watching a ton of Cavs basketball back in 93, and still wish I had a way to go back in time and just watch a full season from those Cavs eras.
31 years ago.
Yeah, crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. But yeah, definitely. I remember the tip-off books, and I see a lot of those. I still look online for the Cavs media guides. It's been a little while since I picked one up. I see a lot of the tip-off guides on there too, and those would be kind of fun to collect too because those are smaller, don't take up a lot of space, right? The media guides. You have one on your desk, don't you?
Yeah, I got one sitting here.
That's the one. That's
I can get
the.
it out. Is it this?
Oh no, he's always pulling that out. Damn Bill, that damn Bill and beer card. I told him, what if it gets lost in your move?
Oh,
yeah,
I'd find another one on eBay. Don't worry.
yeah,
Yeah, this is the 93 guide that you gave me.
yeah. But those are
You're not
still fun to
93,
pull out.
95, 96.
I was gonna say 95, 96 was the one. Thunder Dan's in there, I believe. Thunder Dan.
I should open it to a random page and just start reading.
Just start reading.
Season 6.
Yep, in that narrator voice.
Yeah.
Sam Merrill is the Thunder Dan Marley of this era of Cavs basketball.
Thurmond would be counted on to give Jim Jones a rest while maintaining a high performance level for the team with his vaunted defensive skills. Wow, that's going real. Well, that's 75, 76. Wow, this
Wow. Oh, it goes no. Those things,
back.
they are seriously. I remember talking about this when we did an episode on it. They were like Wikipedias in a book. I don't think Wikipedia was around in 1995, and if it was, it wasn't to the extent of what it was today. So not only do those media guides talk about the current season and recap the previous season, they go back pretty far. There's a lot of history, a lot of numbers in those books. They're totally a fun read to just pull out and just, man, you look at some of those stats and some of those folks that the Cavs had on their rosters, and it's like, man, take me back.
Individual game records at Gund Arena.
Yep.
Mark Price, 14 assists in one game against Boston, April 4th, 1995.
Yep.
That's cool. Good stuff.
Yeah, awesome stuff. I know another thing that we wanted to talk about. Let's get back to some some relevant, this era Cavs basketball for a few minutes. You saw a trade rumor.
Oh,
that you wanted to discuss, right?
I texted it to you.
Yeah, you texted it to me. I'm gonna let you.
I was like, Corey,
read
look at this foolishness, because I know you need a laugh, but I saw a trade rumor that was the Lakers get Donovan Mitchell. I know, you're already laughing. The Cavs get Austin Reeves, Rui Hachimura, a 2025 first-round pick, a 2029 first-round pick, and a 2031 first-round pick. So 3 first-round picks, Austin Reeves and Rui Hachimura.
You doing it? Shoot it or pass it.
It's freaking
Shoot
terrible.
it or pass it.
No, it's garbage. I don't want that garbage.
kicking that ball in the stands.
It's a pass. Yeah.
Like Jackie Moon in Semi-Pro. Remember that? When he takes the ball from the rep and just kicks it in the stands and walks off the damn court. That's what we're doing with that. Yeah. They also said that they plan on going after Trae Young as well. So, yeah.
Hey, don't post these garbage trades. I don't want to read them.
Hey, well, the Cavs would at least get back all those first-round picks that they basically don't have for the rest of this decade. So I could see some Cavs fans out there entertaining that, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
We're just going to lose them after next year anyways, right? Might as well get those draft picks back. Such woe is me, fans. Such woe is me.
It's the Cleveland, all the abuse we've been through over the years.
Can't shake it. Just can't shake it.
Even with a championship
Even with the
2016.
championship in your lifetime, you still can't shake it. Crazy. What are the Cavs doing? What's that score at, Alex?
It's at a commercial right now. I'm not sure.
What the freak?
Yeah.
Let me refresh. Ooh.
Oh.
6-point game, right?
Quick shout out. We got a new listener. His name's Austin, and I hear he devours everything Cavs basketball. So
good deal.
I'm sure he's watching this game, listening to this podcast.
Yeah. Thanks, Austin, for checking us out, listening. It's a ball game. It's almost 4 minutes left, and the Cavs are down by 6.
All right, we're in it.
The Cavs are in it. They're not getting blown out by no 40. And even if the Cavs lose this game, it's a respectable loss now. Looking ahead, the Cavs, they got some tough ones coming up, Alex. They got the Bucks on Friday in Milwaukee, but then the Beard is coming to town on Monday, January 29th. We'll see the Claw and the Beard, assuming they're healthy. I don't know. I don't pay attention, but we got the Clippers on Monday, and then the Detroit Pistons. The Detroit Pistons followed by the Grizzlies. So let's kind of look at the upcoming schedule. Also, the Spurs, the Cavs will be going out to San Antonio next Saturday, February the 3rd. So, they have a couple tougher games, a couple winnable games here.
Yeah.
And hopefully the Cavs can keep it rolling. And,
Clippers will be tough. They've been they're on a 3-game win streak.
But it's at home though. It's in Cleveland at least. So they got that going for them, and they've been playing better at home. So I don't think we're going to make it through the end of this game, Alex. Is there anything else you wanted to bring up or shout out or anything like that?
I don't
before we wrap up.
I have anything else here.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Well, let's go ahead and wrap up this episode of the Cavs Pick and Roll podcast. I want to thank you, Cavs fans, as always, for tuning in and listening. And Alex, you want to let them know where they can follow us and connect with us.
Follow us on Twitter at Cavs Pick and Roll. Shoot us an email, cavspickandroll@gmail.com. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Tumblr. Watch this episode on YouTube.
All right, Cavs fans, there it is. We will talk to you again soon.
Peace out, Cavs fans.